Good morning, St. Francis. It is Tuesday, February the 9th, 2021, Tuesday of the fifth week of the year, the fifth week in Ordinary Time. Coming to you once again from the Memorial Garden. It was a little bit rainy this morning, but the rain has stopped and the sky is beginning to clear a bit. I think you can see it in one way if you haven't been outside yet. There it is. I try to provide all kinds of things here with this. But out here in the Memorial Garden, today's gospel is another little interesting exposure into what it was that what it is that Mark understands was going on in the time of Jesus, and because Mark was there. But the thing is an interesting point again about the Pharisees wanting to observe all kinds of rules and laws and wanting to make sure that everyone was obedient and basically obedient to them and obedient to what they kept teaching and what they understood that a good Jew was supposed to be and act before God. And Jesus basically challenges it left and right because he says that all of these things that you're telling people to do are nothing but empty obedience. They are just following the rules and they are not giving life. They are not deepening faith. They are not deepening the relationship with God. And the one interesting example that he uses is that example of the Korban. Again, most scripture scholars agree that it was some kind of financial agreement. They're sometimes not very agreeing on what it actually was or how it actually worked. But from Mark's point of view, it was money that was set aside, dedicated to God. Now, what, again, you did with that money that was dedicated to God is not very clear. But it couldn't be used for anything except what would be dedicated to God. And Jesus gives the example. Again, you want to follow rules and regulations? Well, the commandment says, honor your father and mother. And if a child basically says, well, I would honor them by giving them money, but all this money is left for God, I just can't give it to anybody but God, then that means that the mother and father do without and may become destitute. The ones who may profit from that Korban would be the Pharisees and the scribes. And so this is where, again, this sort of twisted bureaucracy, this twisted understanding of what it meant to be a person who followed the law of God, who followed in the ways that the Pharisees and scribes laid out for good Jews to follow, was actually a corrupt system, a system that was not working, a system that Jesus challenged. One of Jesus's big challenges is against the status quo. That whole understanding, we've always done it this way, which is a death knell for anyone, any group, any kind of institution, any kind of community, any kind of anything, to say that we've always done it this way and we can never change. Why? Nobody ever bothers to answer that question when it's why. It's just that it makes us uncomfortable and it makes us not want to, it makes us have to do something different, or it makes us have to think differently or act differently. But that is the gospel message. It is about difference, doing everything different for the glory of God and the glory of us as human beings. May the Lord give you peace.